Everyone, I'm Julie Eshleman. I'm a researcher who focuses on things like disability and inclusion and assistive and accessible technologies. In the last video, I talked about how different models of disability, like the medical model and the social model and critical realist disability studies, shape how we think about disability in the first place. So today I want to build on that and talk about something that a lot of people ask. Are we supposed to say people with disabilities, or are we supposed to say disabled people? You've probably heard both and maybe even paused before saying one out loud. The good news is both of them are widely used. Neither one of them is inherently wrong, but they do reflect different ways of thinking and people's different personal preferences. So let's start with people with disabilities. This is called person-first language, and the idea is to emphasize the person before the condition that you're talking about. So you will often hear this in healthcare settings, in schools, or policy settings, and it came from a desire to push back against dehumanizing language, especially in places where people were historically seen as a diagnosis. So some people really strongly prefer this language. For them, it is them taking back ownership of their identity, and it feels respectful and affirming. I am more than my disability. That is person-first language. On the other hand, there is identity-first language, which is like saying disabled people or an autistic person, or saying I'm autistic, not I have autism. So this approach treats disability as something that you don't need to linguistically separate out as though it is a bad thing. So for a lot of people, myself included, identity first language feels more accurate, more honest, more empowering for me. I say I am autistic, not I have autism, because autism is not like a little handbag. I can't leave it at home when I want to have a low maintenance day. It's not a feature. It is the whole lens that I see through. It is the bubble around me. It shapes how I think and move and communicate and gesture wildly. So for me, separating it out from the whole rest of my identity does not make that much sense to me. I'm not carrying autism. I am autistic. And that is not something that I am trying to distance myself from. But I think the most important part to come away with is that language preferences are personal. They can really change over time. They can vary between communities and depends on context. So if you're wondering what to say, my best advice is to be curious, but not cautious. You don't have to tiptoe. You just have to care enough to listen and to learn. If you're talking to someone and you're not sure what they prefer, ask them. Do you say people with disabilities, or do you say disabled people? Or follow their lead. And if you get it wrong, it's okay. Most people are not looking for perfect language. They're hoping that you will treat their selected identity with care and with respect. So think of it like learning someone's name or asking how to pronounce it correctly. Like, it's not a burden, it's a gesture of respect. It's just a small kindness that can go a really long way. So person first or identity first? Ask, listen, adjust if needed. That's all. Nothing to panic about. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. In the next video, we'll explore something that builds on this even more, which is who defined normal and why it might not be quite as neutral as we thought. And until then, please be thoughtful, be kind, and keep making more room for more people.